top of the agenda, the new dawn at 4 clubs. Incoming coaches creates, it's a unique version of hope as you enter the fresh season. You can guard against it, you can worry about the pessimism, or you can give yourself over to it. It is the most perfect stepping off point for 4 clubs that they got their wins to begin the fresh journey.
The Kangaroos, under Alistair Clarkson, have a win.
Huge win for the Bombers. Brad Scott's first game as coach of Essendon.
It's a stirring win for Adam Kingsley and the Giants.
The dawn of the new Saints under Ross Lyon. The foundation setter.
David Parkin used to talk about it's really important to win your first one to get some belief and some confidence.
A really good first step in what we think is going to be a long journey for us.
I said to the players during the week, win, lose or draw, we're going to get enormous value out of this game. I'm just so pleased though that we did get the win.
I'm just incredibly proud of our guys and the fight that they showed.
When a new coach comes in, everything starts fresh. You start with a win, there's a great feeling around the place.
I've missed it. It's a privilege to be in the role, and it's a privilege to do it at a great club like Essendon.
Terrific that we won, but we've got to have an expectation that we want to win every week.
It's been an incredible victory based on just hard work.
Gosh, the effort has been extraordinary.
Just to see the group that works really hard and is bought in get rewarded.
Adam Kingsley will love this sort of victory. These are the sorts of victories that build culture.
Got a lot of family who've come up from Melbourne, so that's great. So we'll spend time with them. Might watch a replay.
We'll enjoy this moment, savour it. It's great for our fans. Hopefully get a few more.
It was to be savoured. Sometimes coaches are tortured by these things for weeks, and we've seen an incident where months went by before a win was posted. So they're all out of the gates, and they all did it in different ways. The least likely of them was St Kilda. But we did ponder here a week ago that maybe the circumstances of adversity and the scourge of injury played heavily to Ross Lyon, his demeanour, his strategy. He turned 10 goals into a winning score and kept a team that won a final last year to just 7.
He said in the pre-season, Jared, football's not about talent. Football's about mentality, it's about will. And they got a game plan together and people adopted it. But it was more than just a game plan. Yeah, this was a gripping game of football. And I love games of football when every touch and missed tackle and bump and scrag and kick means so much, and this is what this game was. And when the ball went near their players, they were all in. It was fantastic. The cliche is work ethic. The more emotion is, it was so much heart. Every time the ball was there, they were in for the count. It was fantastic. And
he'd said to you in the pre-season, of whatever we have run. They were up and back.
Oh, they ran. They did, but they defended hard. They had numbers on the ball. We'll get to Fremantle in a second. But so, what are these young people at St Kilda thinking right now? Everyone in the pre-match, everyone was saying, "Oh God, how can they win? How can they win?" Fremantle. They won a final last year. They're looking to improve. You got 9, 8, 9, 12 of your best 22 out, Jared. 8 or 9 of your best 22. He's marshalling him, Lyon. Come on, we're in this. And he got him up and going. So what are these young kids thinking? They're looking at this bloke saying, you're a demigod. That's what it does.
It does fuel...
It creates followers.
Yep.
Leaders and followers.
Essendon have been known to find crisis in round 1. There's a couple that very vividly come to mind, and last year was one of those. So it was... I think this was really reassuring. All that we had been told, they were defensively organised. I think you could clearly see that watching the game. I think they were methodical in the build-up of the ball, operating to the long-term plan, and they were still exciting when the opportunity arrived. They had a nice spread of old and young in the way that they contributed, and I think a lot of what Brad Scott is trying to instill was there. They had the right matchup. They played the team that looks like it will be the bottom team, and they took them big time. Oh,
they did. They did. They opened them up in every facet of the game. They really did after that. 15, 14 goals in a row, or 14 out of 15. Man, they were all running. They were all running. That momentum, that confidence. They know they're going to win the ball, so they're all going. They'd be really pleased. Was it 65 points, I think they let them through. Only once last year they got 65 or lower. So the game plan stacked up week 1. That was first test. But that's not a great test because Hawthorn were pathetic. And I mean that. They were terrible, Hawthorn. And Essendon tested themselves a little bit. Far greater tests will come.
Yes.
Far greater, but that's a tick for what Essendon can do. Their small forward line, Jared, of, Tip and Woody, Archie Perkins had his probably best game for the club. Davey was a young fella, he's going to get better, and Menzies come in for the first game. It's a whole new look forward line. They sent the big fella down there, Sam Draper. It was a great win, but let's just cool the Jets. We've got
right stepping off point. They don't fall through the trapdoor on day one, and they have done that previously.
Yes, they have.
I suspect with the Giants, this is one of their finest home and away wins for the hole that they got themselves into. Adam Kingsley's coaching career started with a quarter that I think the Giants would like to take back. There was no physical application or endeavour in what they did. They saw their problems, they addressed their problems, they corrected their problems, and then the circumstances came into play. Extreme heat, injury everywhere, cramp all over the field. This does tell you about character, buy-in, commitment.
That's what I love. I love heaps of it. You don't love footy if you didn't love this game of football. I loved how he was so invested. I know all coaches are. He's waving his arms out. He's in the heat out there. He's yelling out. And on the field again, these young players would look at him and say, well, we've got something here. I watched the game, Jared, and, the boys spoke glowingly of the Giants, and so they should. This is a cliche again, guts and determination, but they fought on when most people would have said it's okay not to fight on today. It's too hard.
It's too hard.
It's too hard. And what the Giants said, no, it's not too hard. And that's what brings spirit and a bit of core to their group going forward.
Fortitude. Intestinal fortitude.
Well, that's what footy's about, mate. It is. I know it's a cliche, but that's what it's about. You look down at them and say, are you having a go? And we can tell when you're not having a collective go. And you looked at the Giants and went, bang. And you looked at the Kangaroos, Jared, and went, bang, you're having a go.
So there was a lot to like for North Melbourne in a narrow win against the other bottom team for last year. And this is the genius of the hand-picking of the round 1 draw, I think, was validated across the weekend as well. But evidently Clarkson had said to the team, about what they were trying to achieve. And it might be today, or it might be round 20, or it might be in 2 years' time, but it was then. And that smile was replicated all the way around the stadium. And the Kangas fans had a great afternoon from the very first time Harry Sheasel's image came up on the screen. Big cheer to every time he got the ball. And their full-on commitment. They had control of the game in the second quarter, but learning to win is not easily done, and they had to go the distance, and they held their nerve. And Charlie Comben made us all smile and laugh throughout the day, and it was a worthy stepping off point for Alistair Clarkson.
Yeah, it was a worthy win. There's another gripping game, absolutely gripping, and that came back, and there's so much to like about it. But Sheasel off the back flank, LDU in the middle, Jai Simpkin, Comben. It was a fantastic win. And to Sonia Hood, who's sitting at home, who's had an operation for breast cancer, to put out the photo of her and the Cheezels, that's all. It's footy. It's footy club stuff.
Yep.
And the fans jump on. So well done to Sonia. I hope you're going much, much better. And it was a great day for the North Melbourne Football Club, led by Alistair Clarkson.
Good for the soul on all fronts.